Hello! Earlier than previously scheduled, it's me again, chatting to Whack Comics about some of his comic memories. He hasn't got a very good memory because he forgot he was supposed to be doing this today.
I didn't forget.
He's got food arriving in 15 minutes, so we need to crack these on quickly. So how you doing? And let's have your first comic book. Might as well go to your first comic straight off.
No, I'm doing really good. Hey, I swear I didn't forget. But I've got some comics, so let's go through this quick because I do have food coming. And I'm sorry that I ordered before this.
No worries. Really... What you having?
I've got some Hungry Jacks coming, just some HJs. But all right, first up, Negative Space. This is one of the earlier comics that I read that dealt with depression, and it was just a really, really good read. I met the writer, who's an Australian guy, Ryan K. Lindsay. I met him.
Right.
I ended up buying everything off on his table the day that I met him because he was a really nice guy.
Right.
Negative Space. Can't say enough good things about it. I randomly stumbled across the first issue from a mystery comic box, and I'm glad I wouldn't have picked it up if I didn't get that mystery comic box. So I'm really glad that I did. Hey,
yeah, that's the beauty of them comic boxes sometimes, isn't it? It's the idea is discovering new things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking about fucking discovering new things and going on a wild trip. Have you read The Filth before?
I have. I've got the what do you call it? The graphic, the trade of it. Yeah.
Yeah. This trade of it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
This is the first comic that I read that fucked with my head big time. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear in your stream. I should have asked.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's bloody well. I was doing a stream the other day. Matilda dropped a cunt, so it's like, oh fuck it. we won't worry about it.
All right, cool. But yeah, The Filth. What else can you say about it? You got some black semen. You got some crazy fucking emotional rides. Crazy head fuck.
Is it Grant Morrison?
Grant Morrison. Yeah, it's like I think it was one of the first things. One of the first things that I read from Morrison too, and it was like ultra weird. So fucking weird. And
he's a bit of a weird fellow, isn't he?
Oh, I love it though. I love how weird he gets, and like I love listening to him talk. I think he has like the best accent ever. Was he from Scotland?
He's Scottish, yeah. But I think one of the things of it as well, it was a really weird kind of story, but it was understandable. He made its own kind of sense. It wasn't like so deep that you just lost it and went outside it and threw it away. It was like, okay, this is really weird, like craziness, but I understand what you know where the story's going, what it's about, kind of thing.
Definitely.
It was just wasn't there a whole thing about some porn star or something?
And then just that ending as well, man. That ending really hits home, you know, like it's just like basically saying at the end it's okay to be happy, sort of thing, within this crazy world that we're fucking living in and shit, you know. But
I don't remember there being a message at the end or more at the end. It's been a while.
Dude, you don't remember that last couple of pages when he sees the cat and stuff? And it's like,
no. I've never been a cat. There wasn't ever a bit when it was like a superhero comic and it was like going in between the frames and coming out of the comic I thought. The thing I remember might be a bit of a spoiler to anyone. I thought it all kind of ended up happening in his own blood or something. When he was dead on the floor, and the filth was a really small, like microscopic particle that they were inside his blood or something. I can't remember now. It was it was a bit of a crazy wild ride, but
definitely. I definitely need to reread it. It's definitely one of those ones that you can reread and still find something new out of it every time you do, you know.
Yeah, because it's so sort of strange, you kind of would have forgotten about it anyway. It's not like your usual tropes that you can easily remember. It's like all kinds of weird. You read it again, and you'll be like, "Oh, okay, I remember this now." It's still as crazy as it was last time I read it.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Grant Morrison. Everything that I've read from Grant Morrison, I don't think he's disappointed me yet. I know that he's an acquired taste, but I like to have my head fucked with.
Yeah, I do find him hit and miss, actually. One of my experiences of reading his stuff. I'm not always that keen on some of his superhero stuff that he does. I didn't think his Seven Soldiers of Victory was that great. It was all right. I didn't think his Batman was that great either. But I didn't get on it that well. But I think I was going through a little bit of an existential comic crisis at that point in time. I wasn't really enjoying my comics so much anyway, kind of thing. So that might have been part of it. But I mean, I got a mystery box myself, the first 3 issues of his Green Lantern run, and I thought they were really cool. I was enjoying them.
Yeah, I've been loving his Green Lantern run.
Yeah, I've only got the first 3 issues. I'll see if I can. Do you know how many he's running for that one?
I think. Well, I've got 2 hardcover. I've been collecting that one in hardcover. I've got 2 hardcovers of it, and I know that there's at least another 12 issues to come in like hardcover.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm going to grab hold of them, it's going to be a bit of a job, bit of a task, but I'll see if I can manage it. If there's no key, I should be able to manage it. It's because if you wait like 3 months, you can get them for a third of the price, can't you? But if they turn out to be a key in there, it kind of throws a spanner in the works.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think he's had a fair few new characters that he's created for this run as well. So there's probably some specs. Yeah, probably some speckers out there at least, you know.
Yeah. So was that your number 2 then, the Phil? That first one was the negative space, was it?
Yeah. So on to number 3 is
that negative space. We haven't not really touched on it that much. We kind of glossed over that one a bit quickly. I know a bit pressed for time, but it looks like a kind of Lovecraftian thing there on the cover.
Let me give you the quick pitch for it. Okay, it's about a writer that's really depressed. And he's going to kill himself, and he goes to write his suicide note, and he gets writer's block, and he goes for a walk, and just shit starts getting crazy from there, you know.
Okay.
But I just love that pitch, you know, of a writer having a writer's block when he's trying to write his suicide note because he wants to write like a perfect suicide note, you know.
That's interesting. Is that something you've struggled with yourself, depression?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely lived with depression my whole life. But, you know, you have your good days and your bad days, and you just fucking take them as they come. And they go away. But
I suppose the negative space is the actual page, the blank page, is it? I'm guessing.
Sorry?
The negative space of the title, is that denoting the blank page?
Yeah.
I thought I meant some kind of space between worlds or something like that. It looked like some kind of space between worlds kind of monster there on the cover.
It's sort of at the same time. Well, there's like these, like that thing that was on the cover. That there's these beings that like feed off a negative emotions and stuff like that. You know, and sort of the reason why everyone's like. I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but you got to
fair enough. Is it limited miniseries or?
It is limited. Yeah, it's only 4 or 5 issues. It's very quick.
So that's something anyone could pick up. Did they make it into a trade?
Yeah, I got the trades there. Yeah.
Right, cool.
Most of the ones.
Add that to my shopping list.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, we move on to number 3 now. Yeah, let's go. Put your big screen.
Superior Spider-Man.
Right.
This is the oversized hardcover volume 1 for it. I've got the singles as well, but this was just easier to pull out. But Superior Spider-Man. Have you heard of Superior Spider-Man?
I have. It's one of the ones that people have mentioned, even though I sort of stopped collecting Marvel quite a long time ago. It's one of the that people have mentioned quite a few in videos. So I've got like a general gist of him now. It's like Dr. Octopus taking over from Peter Parker by stealing his body or something like that.
Yeah, Dr. Octopus is he was dying, so he swapped his mind with Peter Parker, and Peter Parker died inside of Dr. Octopus' body, and he vowed to be a superior Spider-Man, and I loved it. It was such a great run. That was the thing. Like, I think that and Batman #1, like the New 52, was like the both comics that were like going around the same time when I first got back into comics, you know. Right. So like, I was really loving both of those series, and Dan Slott on writer, and I can't remember what is his name, Ramos something. But yeah, great art as well.
Yeah,
and it also spawned Superior Foes of Spider-Man, which was also another great title.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, we've not actually got into your history. This is when you came back into comics, but when you first was into comics, do you remember what your first comic was back in the day?
Yeah.
How old you were?
So I remember we used to get my older brother would, like, honestly, this is how my first introduction to comics. My older brother would steal his steal comics from his mates,
right.
And we would read them underneath our house. We had like a 2-story house,
right.
And the bottom level was just like a garage type thing. It was just dirt, and like we had a couple of couches under there. But we would like read our it was mainly Marvel comics. I remember a lot of Spiderman and Punisher and stuff like that. But we would read our comics and then just throw them down in the dirt like they were nothing. Like I cringe at that like at that now. But that's what we did.
Has this not what's influenced you in your current like hatred towards comics? Your mistreatment of them. Yeah, you're known for. Your mistreatment of comics, like it's a deep psychological rooted thing. Like you're reliving your childhood by destroying comics like you did in the past.
Yeah, it could be it. You might be onto something, Gray. I've never thought of it like that, but man, you're onto something.
What about yourself? Did you start buying them, or was it always just stolen from your brother's mates?
Well, I didn't. No, I only read the ones that my brother stole because, like, I didn't have any mates that I could steal them off. that would read them, But
you do have an option to buy them from the shop. You do know that you can buy them from the shop as well.
Yeah, we were pretty broke. We were pretty poor family growing up, and my mum was a single mum raising 5 kids by herself. So we didn't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But so when I grew up, I was like 20 years old when I first started getting back into comics, and
when you actually started discovering them for yourself and having money of your own
had the money to buy them myself and not have to wait for my brother to steal them.
That's kind of similar. My mum was single with 4 kids, and so we never had a great deal of money, and I didn't really start buying comics seriously until I got a job. So even though I loved comics all my life, I never sort of had that many as a kid, But I always sort of loved them, and I got a few here and there whenever I did get pocket money. But I never once like bought one monthly or anything like that. My dad used to buy me some like when I would go and visit him. Like he'd have some British comics that he picked up for me. But I wish I'd got him to get me superhero comics now, because but never mind. Anyway, so anything else you want to say about that third comic, this period of Spider-Man, before we move on to the next one?
No, let's move on to the next one. We got next up. We got Pluto. This is the hardcover. It's a pretty boring hardcover, but it's really nice.
What was that this one?
Plutona. It's Plutona.
Plutona. Okay, never heard of that.
It's signed by the artist as well, Emmy Lennox. It's by Jeff Lemire. This was the first thing that I read from Jeff Lemire that made me a Jeff Lemire hard out fan. Like, because I fucking love everything that he does. And this was like the thing that his bait basically that got me on that fishing hook and made me literally buy everything that he publishes now, because I love it all.
Okay, I can see from the spines the image, but you got to tell me about Plutona. I don't know, is it a female superhero or?
So it's about 5 kids that find a dead superhero in the woods.
All right.
Yeah, so think of like a bit of like Stand By Me type thing, but like in a superhero world, like.
So what does finding the dead body?
My food
just body or anything? Oh,
yeah, they're fine. Yeah, my food just turned up. Can I be? I'll run back out and come back.
No worries.
The last one's going to be a good one. I'll be really quick.
Okay. So this is my chat with Wax Comics about his comic memories, and he forgot that it was at 10 o'clock my time, whatever it is his time, and he's ordered some food. So he's going to get his food. Don't forget, anyone else wants to have a chat about their comic memories sometime, got Captain Cyro in here. Hey, if you want to chat about your comic memories at any point, Captain Cyro, just message me on IG. I've already spoken to my mate Werewolf by lunchtime. He's not too sure. and Joe, if you want to have a chat sometime, share your comic memories on my channel. I don't think you make any videos yourself, do you? So maybe you're not into that kind of thing. But you haven't got to make videos. I don't think you even have to have a channel. You just go to the link that I'll send you, and we can hang out and chat comics for a bit. Anyway, I think I hear the dainty return of Whack Comics quietly making his way back to the camera. like a ballerina, so graceful and so life.
I had to run down the street.
Oh, did you?
He came to the wrong bloody house.
Oh, right. Oh, God. Well, how did you know he was there? Did he leave you a text or something?
I saw it come up on the Google Maps.
Oh, right. Cool. Bloody appliance of science, eh? Things they can do nowadays. When I was a kid, you had to go to the blinking shop yourself and buy it. You still there, mate?
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, man. It was
no worries, no worries.
It was a bit fucked. But Plutona.
Yeah.
Plutona's really good, man. Like, if you haven't read it, it's only like a 5-issue miniseries.
Right.
And if that pitch doesn't sell you on it, I don't know what will.
Yeah, well, they find a dead body of a superhero in the woods, but I don't know where. I can't imagine from there where it goes from there. Like, if they don't get like powers off the superpower body, or they steal his gadgets or something like that. I don't know. I suppose it's and then maybe how did the body get there and who killed him? That kind of thing. I suppose could all be things that would come up. I suppose I'll have to check that one out sometime.
You're definitely going on the right. One of those was on the right direction.
Right.
Yeah, maybe one of those kids wants some powers for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
And tries to get them, but it doesn't work out for him.
Right. I've just watched actually just watched that on Netflix. I think it was a German thing called Freaks or something, and it's like about people who've got superpowers, who've been suppressing them through pills, and once they start sort of unleashing their powers, one of them turns evil. Basically, one of them gets corrupted by his power and decides to start, being an arsehole. So I suppose there could be hints of that in Plutona.
Yeah, what was it called again? Sorry.
Freaks.
Freaks. Okay.
Yeah, I just not watched it on Netflix. I never heard anything about it before. I was just randomly scrolling through Netflix and I saw it. I thought I'll give that a try. It was just this one kid who was like quiet and like obviously a bit awkward. As soon as he got powers, first of all he thinks he wants to be a superhero, and then he decides to start using his powers to freaking kill his dad and all sorts. Yeah, it wasn't a massively amazing film, but it was decent enough. I would away an hour or so.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got
number 5 now.
Number 5, and it's probably my most treasured comic.
Okay.
In my collection, I'd say definitely my most treasured comic in my collection. I love it so much.
Is it valuable as well, or just treasured?
Sorry.
Is it valuable as well as treasured, or just treasured personally, sentimentally?
Might be a little bit valuable, maybe not like a heap.
No.
I don't know. Maybe. It depends. It's my Spiderman book signed by Stan Lee.
Ah.
I was lucky enough to meet Stan Lee a couple of times.
Right.
Twice actually. And like in 2000 and what was it? 2013, and then again in 2017, I think it was.
Right.
But
cool.
He was just such a cool dude. Hey, it was so fun. Like the first time that I met him was at Supernova, and it's a comic convention here in Australia. And they basically for 3 days I got to hang out with Stan Lee, basically, and like go to a Q&A, get comic book signed, get photos with him. Like,
that's cool. It was a long bloody flight for him at his age at that time, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. I was really surprised that he came down.
Yeah. It must have been a pretty big event for like all the geeks in Australia.
Oh, it definitely was. It was in Sydney as well, and I'm up in Brisbane, so I flew down for it, and I had to go there. And so I got this signed, but I also got my Mallrats screenplay. I don't know if you've ever seen Mallrats before.
Oh, Mallrats, yeah, Mallrats, yeah. I never watched it, but no, I know he was in it.
Yeah, but I've got a screenplay for that movie.
Okay.
And I chucked that down because it's already signed by Kevin Smith, Jason Mewes, Marco Rocca, and I chucked it down to get signed by Stan Lee.
Oh,
and I said to him, "This is by far your best cameo ever." And Stan Lee, how he does, nice and cocky, he's just turned around, looked at me, and he's like, "Cameo? I was the star of this movie."
Cool. He could sell himself, couldn't he?
Yeah. And I just went red, and I couldn't say anything else. And I picked up my books and I walked away, and I thanked him, and with a big goofy smile on my face.
But it was a massive queue on there as well.
Yeah. So that issue there is, I decided to get that issue there signed because that was the one. This is the issue before it gets restart with Superior Spiderman.
Yeah.
So this was the one that I bought when I was getting back into comics.
Right.
So it might not be valuable to too many people, but it has that sentimental value for me as well.
That's as important as anything, really, for personal reasons. It's got your own personal history, your own story. You want to. A lot of people obviously got to meet Stan Lee, but I never got to meet Stan Lee, so I'm jealous. You know what I mean? I'd love to have a story related to that meeting a legend of the industry, But obviously not everyone can have that. I think a couple of comics has got that one as well. I was chatting to a couple of comics a couple of days ago, and he's got that one signed like that by Stan Lee. He sent it off. Yeah, he sent it off and got it graded. But for some reason, I didn't recognise the signature when they graded it. So he's kind of like disputing that at the moment with them because he knows it's Stan Lee because he was there when he got signed.
Yeah. That's fucked. Imagine that. But I was there. I saw this shit.
Yeah, I know. It is quite heavy. Did you have to pay for the signature?
I did. Yeah, it was pretty pricey.
Yeah, you were saying it was quite expensive.
I would have paid for it. I wish I had the money to pay for it 3 times over, sort of thing. And get a bunch more comics signed because it was. It's expensive, but
it's like you say, it's a once in a lifetime thing, and it's one that memory you can't buy again because he's no longer around. You might be able to buy another Stan Lee signature on a comic somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah,
there's plenty of them out there, but to have the meeting and the memory is it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I can remember walking back into a comic book store for the first time, in fucking ages. And this time walking in there for the sole purpose of being like, today is the day I get back into comic books, and I left with that book right there, and then 3 years later, 3 years or so later, putting that same comic book down in front of Stan Lee to get signed, and having that magical weekend.
You're not going to be throwing that one out of wall anytime soon, are
you? No, that one. That one sits in a special case in my inside of another case in my cupboard, in a display cabinet sort of thing, and
the sunlight though, no direct sunlight, I hope.
No direct sunlight, no, of course not. But that's my 5. So I got some negative space for something. Something super depressing was like maybe the first really good depressing story that I read, that dealt with depression. And then we got the filth, some mind fucks from Grant Morrison. It's on a whole nother level. And then what do we got? Superior Spider-Man. It was such a great run. Dan Slott killed it on that run. Pluto, the thing that got me into Jeff Lemire in the first place, literally my favorite creator working today, and then the cherry on top, cherry on top with the Stan Lee.
That's awesome, mate. That's awesome. I'll let you get on with your food now because we've had your memories. We could have been nice and hang out for a bit longer, but you eat your food. What you got? You want to say what's coming up on your channel?
Yeah, we got a few more videos coming up. We just dropped a really cool video. It was a 3 Jokers review, and a lot of work went into it. So if you haven't seen it,
I saw that one.
Go and see that because that was a really fun one. But we've got more coming. We're creeping up to our next milestone. So we'll be doing another giveaway when we get there. So come over, subscribe, do the things.
Yeah, and if you ever need me to come on and just sit and eat stuff while you guys chatting, then we'll have to do that another time.
Yeah, I'd definitely love that. You definitely you brought something else to that stream for sure. I loved it. And Simple Simon reckons if you ever come onto our stream again, you're not allowed to talk. You just have to sit there and eat.
Just sit there and eat. Yeah, as I was thinking, I think that could be a thing. I could be a super guest star. Everyone be clamoring for me. Where's the eating guy? Noodles in his beard. Why is he not on this week? Anyway, so I need to go on with your food, mate. Cheers for coming in.
No worries. Thanks heaps again for having me. I'm really sorry that I forgot about it. And,
no worries, mate. I nearly forgot myself. You have to come on Cover Slinger sometime. If you've got some theme covers, we're going to come on Cover Slinger sometime on a Saturday and hang out with us on there.
Definitely keen.
All right. Cheers, mate. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, everyone.
Anyone wants to come on here sometime?